Hello everybody and welcome. Today is January 16th, 2026, and here I go again. I'm starting my day over here at the Sherman Library and Gardens over in Corona del Mar. As you know, this has become a theme. I was actually able to get into the place, but you see those green screens behind me? The tropical greenhouses are closed. I can't believe you closed the greenhouses. Dude, seriously? So this is not going to be too good for my other channel. It's going to be a very short video. How many times do I have to try to get into this place? They do have some things out here that I can share with everyone, but strikes again. The luck of here I go again strikes again. And right here at the same place too. This was the first place that was closed on me when I started doing this vlog. However many days ago it was raining and it was New Year's Eve, in fact. And I didn't know that they had like special hours for that day. So I was able to get in today at least, except the only way I can see these tropical greenhouses are from these little cutouts in the privacy screen that they've got going. They're shaped like butterflies and they don't really show a whole lot when you look through them. Not really. So next time I'll have to check that out. This is fine. We'll start the day off here. I still have Noggles I want to go to and might stop for some caffeine over at Nook, also one of my favorite places. So I'm not caffeinated just yet, and I'm not ready for lunch. So I'm going to walk around here, the Sherman Library Gardens. Oh, and they have this cool water feature here. It's pretty, you know. It's what do you call it? It's pretty architectural, as they say, because it's got these, bricks, and it's got this very angular form on the ends, and it's just kind of the contrast, I think, with the more natural elements that are around here, as evidenced by the planters behind me. They have a lot of cycads and palms, but you know what? That's for my other channel. I'll bore you with that stuff over there. I wonder what kind of tunes this guitar plays. No tropical greenhouses, but we have a train. And these kind of Chinese lanterns under here. That's kind of cool. It's a nice look. Do we have any model train fans out there? As we say goodbye to the little train, we say goodbye to the Sherman Library and Gardens and head off to go get caffeinated. Made it to the lab over here. This place is crazy at lunch. The Lab Anti-Mall. That's where I go to get my Nook coffee. There's other things in here too, but not as good as Nook. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I got my favorite latte, my favorite caffeinated beverage from Nook Coffee. Nice out here today. This will hold me through until Noggles for lunch. Looks like one of the places went out here. That was a cool place. I don't know, it's like kind of reminded me of like a little bit of a vintage store, antique store. I mean, it was a restaurant, don't get me wrong, but just the way they had it decorated inside. Wow. And then this is the place where my daughters love to get the donuts. I can smell that Cuban restaurant. It smells so good. I don't have time to stop there, but it's making me hungry for Noggles, for sure. And what would a visit to the lab be without a walk through the hall of CDs? All right, that is it for the lab here in Costa Mesa. Now off to get some Noggles for lunch. All right, getting off here at Euclid, heading into Fountain Valley for a little bit of Noggles. I wonder what I will have today. Euclid is a funny street. Tells you to turn right up here for Noggles, but the road already turns right. Hey, take me to Noggles. I am right behind their food truck, which has a Nevada plate on it for some reason. That's interesting. Kind of had a feeling they had a food truck from their Instagram feed. But I think they're going to take me to the place. I followed the food truck, Noggle's food truck, right here to the spot. Now it's time to have lunch. So I went with 2 macho tacos and the original red sauce. Wow, these things are big. Okay, so for this run, I took out half the meat and I'm going with the green salsa this time. It was just too much to eat. Like everything was falling everywhere. I had to use a fork to finish that one. That green salsa is tasty. Wow, look at that. Yeah, look at this. I took out half the meat and I was able to put most of the stuff back in the taco. Okay, so here's my rundown of Noggles today. I'm gonna say that the tacos, I got the macho tacos. I don't know if that's just how they come, but there was so much meat in there that none of the other stuff, the cheese, the lettuce, the tomatoes, just didn't stick. There was no place for them to go, which is fine, I guess, if you like a lot of that meat. And the shells were stale this time. The taco shells were stale this time. They weren't last time, I'm going to have to say. So that might just be an inconsistency thing. But whatever. I mean, at least they're still here. At least it is a place to go have lunch. I skipped the fries this time. Thank God. Those tacos were massive. And oh, the green sauce definitely, I think, is better than the original red. I actually really like that green sauce. Kind of tasted like the little chilies, the Ortega chilies out of the can. So, I mean, those are good, right? So Waze sent me back on the coast, and I'm actually so glad that it did. It's actually pretty mellow over here. Not too many cars. I went through the tunnel and came out, and there was really not that many cars. So this looks like it was the way to go today. Actually, very light. Normally, it would be 3 abreast here and bumper to bumper. So this is a good way for Waze to send me to go back to Ventura. Funny enough, a lot of people like to go this way because they like to drive along the ocean. I don't know what the attraction is. I have grown up in Southern California, specifically Ventura, and I've lived here my whole life. And I don't know, the beach is just something that's always there, and I see it all the time. But I get it. I suppose if you lived out in the middle of nowhere, deep in the interior of whatever, that the ocean would hold a special attraction. But for me, it's just old hat, as they say. Even with these reduced speeds along here because of all the construction going on, after the fires, a year ago, actually, like exactly a year ago, it's still faster sometimes to take PCH over the 101 through the valley and Calabasas and Westlake and Thousand Oaks and especially Camarillo. There's actually a picture of me on Google Maps right here. Sunset and PCH. I'm in a green Defender if you ever care to go look it up. Sitting in a green Land Rover Defender westbound on PCH right by Gladstone's. The ocean is quite calm today. It is very mirror-like in a lot of places out there. Not choppy at all. One thing I will tell you that is kind of interesting about driving by the beach these days is that you can see out in a lot of places where you used to just see houses because they burned down. They're gone. They are gone. So right here, you normally wouldn't be able to see the water at all. And in this case, we can see right out to the ocean through the fencing, obviously, and through all of the construction that's going on. You still see the little pylons out there from the houses that used to be there. I don't know what the status is on those, if they have to make new ones or if they can reuse the old ones. But this whole section right here that I've just been driving by used to be completely blocked off from view. You can see the old driveways and little parking spaces out front. You see like the utility boxes and the pylons that are left over. Sometimes you even see like a metal staircase, like where they had like a spiral staircase that would go from their house down to the beach. But that's about it on a lot of these places. And I haven't seen one place even being started as far as rebuilding. Saw some outlines. They put up these poles with this red kind of cloth to kind of show you what the outline of the structure is going to be, like how high it's going to be, what's going to be blocked from vision, things like that. But so far, no actual construction. As you can see, it is busy through here too. But I guess on this day, it was sufficiently more busy on the 101 to where it would take me about an extra 15 or 20 minutes to go that route. And I can see why. Climbing up the 405 towards the 101 from about sunset, maybe a little before this time of day, just getting to the 101 would have taken some time. And in this case, even though I'm going slow, I am ultimately starting to travel west already. Wow, that must have been a big house right there. So many pylons going down into the ground. And once again, all of this just completely gone. So we now have a nice view to the ocean for those who like that kind of thing. Here's one of those outlines I was telling you about right there. So that shows you how high the structure is going to be and the size of it. So this is what it looked like before, right? Just across the street, all buildings, no ocean, and then all of a sudden, straight view as far as you can see. And right about here, there was a customer's house of mine who had a old Mercedes in his garage that he was offered about $2 million for and didn't take. I don't know if he got that out. And then he also had so many signed guitars from artists. And I don't know if he got any of that out before the fire. Wow. Ooh, some of those palm trees don't look too good. Some of them didn't make it. You could tell by the tops being dead. They do not recover from that. Now, this is a place I'm waiting to reopen, Duke's. And it looks like they've cleared out a lot of the little boxes that they had. They had, like dumpsters and not storage boxes, like shipping containers that they had all the construction stuff in over there. and they're gone. So they might be getting ready to reopen. That's very exciting. I can't wait. Wouldn't you know it, the brick structure with the terracotta roof is still here, and it is still fine. I can see that. There were burned out cars in this parking lot up until very recently. There's still some burned out cars in a couple of spots, but this one looks like it's been cleaned out. Okay, I made it back to Ventura. Thank you for spending your time with me. I will see you tomorrow, and until then, take care.